Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCraft. Another very beautiful Tuesday morning, and once again we are back with our game. Is today Champions League Tuesday, and we do have Champions League games going on across the globe. Exciting matches that we have today, and we'll be looking at the matches in a one after the other in a short while, and we'll be making verdicts on these. Games, giving you the best possible outcome of these matches. That's what we'll do on a daily basis on this very channel, and we're doing that in a short while. But before we do that, I want you to, like and share this video. If you're coming for the first time, please endeavor to subscribe, and also note that we have our VIP special. We put out some games that we always believe that have that higher probability of coming out correctly in the VIP special. And you can always find the link to join the VIP in the join channel membership. Anyway, you see join channel membership around this very channel, as well as the description of this very video. You can always find the link there. All right, with that said, we head to the business of today. We have the first match for today. It is in the Champions League. We have Ajax Amsterdam who will be facing Benfica. All right, the Dutch side will be squaring out with the Portuguese side. All right, looking at the recent stats for these two sides, you can see for the home side Ajax Amsterdam, it is 1 win and 1 draw, as well as 4 losses out of the last 6 games that they had. At recent times, they've lost 4 matches out of 6. They're not doing very well at the moment. And when you look at Benfica, on the other hand, they have 4 victories and they draw, and also 1 loss out of the last 6 games that they had so far. And when you look down on how these two sides fared from home and away perspective, you could always see that the home side, the last 10 home matches that they had produced 4 wins for them, and also they had 2 draws as well as 4 losses in the last 10 home matches for Ajax Amsterdam. And the away side, Benfica, the last 10 away games they had produced 6 victories and 2 draws and only 2 losses in the last 10 away matches for Benfica. That's to say that is a side that does very well when playing from away, even, and they've actually had a 60% victory in the last 10 away matches for Benfica. So they'll be looking to do very well against the Ajax Amsterdam side, who have not really been faring well in recent games. So we are going with the away side to either win or draw, and over 1.5. That's our value for that very game. Away win or draw and over 1. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Right, the next in the Champions League matches we have for today is Borussia Dortmund of Germany, who will be up against Villarreal of Spain. We look at the stats for these two sides matches. We could see for the home side, Borussia Dortmund having 2 victories and 3 draws. They lost to just 1 match out of the last 6 games. And Villarreal, on the other hand, the away side have been in fine form. We could see 5 wins out of 6 for them, and just 1 loss in the last 6 games for Villarreal. That's a side that does very well in recent games. And then we look at how these two sides fared from home and away perspective. You could see that the home side, the German side, Borussia Dortmund, having won 7 matches out of the last 10 home matches. They also had 2 draws and 1 loss. And when you look at the away side, Villarreal, the last 10 away games that they had produced 5 victories for Villarreal, 1 draw, as well as 4 losses. All right, and now when you look at how these two sides fared on head-to-head basis, you can see the last time they met, it was a 2-2 draw between the two sides on that very occasion. And you can see that Villarreal also is a side that concedes as well as scores lots of goals, and the same could be said about Borussia Dortmund, who also scores and as well as concedes. So hence, we are going to expect both sides to score in this very encounter. It is a go, both sides to score. That's our verdict for that very encounter. All right. All right, I'll head to the biggest game of tonight. It is a game between Chelsea FC, who will be facing FC Barcelona, the Spanish side. All right, and is a familiar foes in Champions League, and they'll be looking to slug it out this night, and it's quite a very, very important match for both of them. And when we look at stats for these two sides, you can see for the home side, Chelsea they've gotten 4 victories in the last 6 matches. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss in the last 6 games. And they look at the away side, FC Barcelona, the Spanish side, have got 4 wins as well, and also 1 draw and also 1 loss in the last 6 games. So it is fairly the same kind of a result for both sides in the recent 6 matches that we've had so far. All right, when you look down on how these two sides have performed from home and away perspective, you can see for the home side, Chelsea in the last 10 home matches that they've had so far have produced 7 victories for Chelsea, and also they've had 2 draws as well as 1 loss out of the last 10 home matches for Chelsea, the home side. And then when you look at the away side, FC Barcelona, the last 10 away games that they have produced 6 victories for FC Barcelona. It is also having 2 draw and 2 losses out of the last 10 away matches that they had so far. All right, and now when you look at results for these two sides, how the goals came, and we look at Chelsea, the last 10 home matches have produced over 2.5 matches on 6 occasions out of last 10 home matches for Chelsea. 60% of the time they've actually had over 2.5, and for the away side, FC Barcelona, they've been scoring and also conceding in most of the games that they've had in recent times, and have gotten over 2.5. In most of the games, 9 times out of 10, they've seen over 2.5 in most of their games. All right, the last time notice made was actually 2019. It was a 2-1 victory. That was a club-friendly match between the two sides. But the last time they met in Champions League, it was Barcelona who won by 3-0 on that very occasion against Chelsea. All right, and in this very one, we are going with the goals to occur in this very encounter. Having seen that the goals are actually coming in most of the matches between these two sides, so it is a minimum of 3 goals to occur in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's already for that very game. All right. Lastly, we have another beautiful game in the UEFA Champions League. It is Olympique Marseille of France who will be facing Newcastle United of England. And when you look at the stats for these two sides, you can see for the home side, in the last 6 matches have produced 3 victories and a draw. They've also lost 2 matches out of the last 6 games they had in recent times. And we side Newcastle United have actually won 4 matches, but have lost 2 games out of the last recent 6 games that they had so far. Looking at how these two sides are fared from home and away basis, the Olympique Marseille, the home side, have won 7 matches and 2 draws. They've also lost 1 match out of the last 10 home matches that they had so far. And Newcastle United have only managed a single victory in the last 10 away games. They haven't been faring so very well from away. They've had 4 draws as well as 5 losses in the last 10 away matches that they had so far. And when you look closely at the score line between these two sides, in recent games that they had so far, the last 10 home matches for Olympique Marseille produced over 2.5 on 7 occasions out of 10. 70% of the time, they've actually had score line that is actually over 2.5. For the away side, it is 6 times out of 10 that they played from away, they've actually produced over 2.5. So in this very encounter, the last time they actually met was actually far over 20 years ago. So here we are going with a recent result with both sides. We go with a minimum of 3 goals occurring in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's over for that very game. All right, that will conclude it for us today on BetCraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. Remember to play responsibly as these are football matches, and note that other games that we have will be on our VIP special, where we're putting out wonderful games that we believe to have that opportunity to actually do very well. All right, do endeavor to join. You can always find the link in the description of the video. Anyway, you see giant channel membership around this very video can also lead you to VIP special. With that said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions. But until that time, keep winning.